People, people, people.
So listening, pay attention. Oh, yeah.
You're looking for capitals.
Bexley Heath School in Kent. It's the final day of John Bailey's investigation into why boys are being outperformed by girls in English. So far, he's found the boys are responding best to strong teaching, with plenty of active learning techniques.
Milosh. Lisa. Hi, Jack. Do you want to find your book and come in and sit down, please? Thank you.
Today, Bailey's observing graduate trainee Abigail Mack, whose class includes boys on the DE borderline.
OK, I'll try and give you a book each. Right, very quickly, guys.
Normally, they're a real handful.
Just have a little look round, see if you can find it. There you go, please.
But in the last couple of lessons, Abigail's been finding success using a drama text about a boisterous school trip.
Me, please, quickly. Right, guys, I'm very impressed with the way that you all came in today. OK, well done. I want you to open your books. OK, write the dates, which is the 22nd, and today's aim. OK, which is to understand the characters of Mrs K and Mr Briggs in Our Day Out and comment on their different approach to teaching. Milosh finished? Well done, Sam. OK, you're just doing the aim. OK. So, we know that they're going on a trip. OK, we know it's a school trip, and we know that the children that are going are quite naughty.
This class doesn't normally behave perfectly, do they?
Not
You've had trouble with them in the past.
Yes.
What do they do on bad days? Because I think maybe they were. Well, I think they were behaving well for two reasons. I think they had an observer in the room, but as a matter of fact, I think you developed some quite strong control techniques.
Yes.
For example, like laying the books out, making sure they know exactly where to sit. Is that right?
That's correct, yeah. A normal day for them would be lateness to lessons, MP3 players, you know, they sort of try and text people, and just sort of keeping them on task, really. It is a male orientated class, and I think that they sort of, you know, a lot of it is sort of peer pressure.
Yeah.
And they kind of, I don't know, it's almost like they're sort of anti-academic, really, and it's like they don't want to be seen to study. OK, we're going to carry on reading. Remember, we got up to scene 4. Right, now, we need some characters. Kevin, did you still want to play Mrs K? I thought it was very brave of you, Kevin. Right, so Kevin's going to be Mrs K. Riley, a boy of 15. Any volunteers?
I'm doing great.
Benson. Jack, would you like to be a boy of 15? You say a few lines. I think you'd be quite good at that.
How many lines?
Just a few. Go on, Jack. Well done, Jack. Zoe's going to be Carol. We need a bus driver. Ian, do you want to be the driver? Bus driver. You say about 2 or 3 lines. Go on, Ian. I'm going to put Ian down. Well done, Ian. Right, I'm going to read the stage directions. Shh. Thank you. Right, scene 4, the school gates.
They really like this, don't they?
They do. It's the first time I've done a play with them, actually, and they really respond to it. I mean, they do like, you know, sort of taking on characters. Mrs K is talking to 2 young teachers, Collie and Susan. Around them are very excited, lively kids. Right, who's the driver? I want you to be really grumpy, like you've had enough already and you haven't even gone anywhere.
Let me tell you
Use
lot something now. Miss isn't the driver of the coach, I am. Anyway,
and if I say
you don't get on, you don't get on.
Excellent, well done, Ian.
Oh, now listen, everybody. If anybody's got any chocolate or lemonade, I want you to put your hands up. We'll be settling off for Conway in a couple of minutes.
Okay, everybody cheer. Yay! Come on, you're going on a school trip, louder! Yay! All right.
I like several things about what's going on here. You look very relaxed and happy, and you know, you're joining in, and they love it. The material's very nice. The material's about ratty adults and
Naughty kids.
yeah, and is there they all seem to like it. Do you think of that as being particularly useful for the boys?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think that it kind of, I think these are the boys that, they do have a lot of grief and they do a lot of things wrong, and it's quite nice for them to sort of read about other kids doing the same things, I suppose. At the front of the coach, Briggs is climbing a board. He stands at the front and stares and glares, and the kids sigh. He is in a cloud on the blue horizon.
Riley Dixon, sit down.
Right, Milosh, you're really strict teacher, okay? So you're going to be on that coach and you're going to be really giving it, okay?
Riley Dixon, sit down!
Good. Right, off you go. Briggs.
Sit down now! Come on, move! There's a few of them. I could sling off right now.
Okay, big speech now.
We don't want you to think that we don't want you to enjoy yourselves today, because we do. But a lot of you haven't been on a school visit before, so you won't know how to enjoy yourselves.
Good.
And have you got any drama background?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Aha. You see, what I thought was a real strength was you were giving them stage directions. And I really liked that, because they'd have a bash at reading it, then you'd say, give it a bit more, or a bit more accent, or a bit more emotion. And they really like that, because their performances kind of improve in front of your eyes, don't they?
I mean, where I'd like to go with this is I would actually like, I think as a class to sort of build their self-esteem and their confidence and get them sort of up, maybe even make a little bus and get 2 seats so they can sort of sit at the back, and that's something that I would, I'd like to work on within the next couple of weeks. Yeah. There's a few of them that I could sling off right now. What does that suggest, Milosh?
That he don't like children.
Good, he doesn't like children, he's got a short fuse. Any nonsense, they're off the coach. Brilliant, well done.
Miss?
Yes, Milosh?
He might have got bullied when he was younger, and then
Ooh.
he thinks he can stand his ground and boss kids about it.
Good, well done. We're going to come back to that, because that's a very good point, Milosh. You can have a merit for that.
And just one other thing about this session is you're able to do instant assessment of their reading skills and comprehension skills, aren't you?
Right, yeah.
Because we're finding out.
Now listen, we want everyone to enjoy themselves, so let's have no silly squabbling or doing anything that might be dangerous to yourselves.
Just sort of just building on sort of step by step.
Yeah.
After every single lesson, no matter if it's gone absolutely, atrociously, I know that some of them are on task and some of them walk away with my lessons with some knowledge. As long as they've learnt one thing, I suppose it's, we're getting there.
Don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they teach science.
After school, Bailey meets a group from the English department to discuss his findings.
Excellently uniform. Your presentation from the front is clear. You've got various devices for getting them talking amongst themselves, and all the tick lists are there. So, on the surface, it looks fine, doesn't it? And yet, there's a 10-15% achievement gap between the boys and the girls. But I want to show you the first bombshell. Do you think girls achieve more than boys?
Don't know, really. I don't think so. I think it's just equal, really.
So if I'd never put the idea in your head, it's not something you wander around thinking about?
No, not really.
Okay. Have you noticed any difference in the way girls and boys learn in school?
Some of the girls are just quite smart and they get on with the work and they do the work. But some of the girls just sit there and talk, and they're not as bright as some of the boys.
So that's a pretty 50-50 kind of thing. Do you think girls do better than boys?
No. I think it's about the same.
Oh,
They're always made out to be more clever, probably because they're quieter, aren't they? They don't like getting as much trouble as boys.
Okay. Is there any difference in the way boys and girls work? And if I came from Mars and I had to report back to the Martians about the humanoids, and someone said, is there any difference in the way the male and female humanoids behave in the classrooms? What might be included in your report back, do you think?
Probably girls are more neater.
Yeah, more mature, but in a way they're not, if you know what I mean. They probably want to get on with their work, and boys just want to have a laugh or something like that.
Okay. I've got oceans of this, and I'd like you all to look at it. Do you find it surprising that they don't know that there's a difference in performance between men and girls?
I don't find it surprising, no.
It wouldn't really affect them, would they? I don't know whether they would actually react to it, even if they did know. It's not something that... I don't know, from what I know of those boys or the girls, you know, they don't kind of go around saying, oh, us boys are better than the girls kind of thing. It's not something at this age... I don't know, what do you think? At this age they would...
No, I don't think they're aware.
I think they've probably got an inkling.
It's not relevant to them.
But you're not quite so gobsmacked as I was, are you? Because I thought, blimey, here's the whole profession worrying about it nationally and internationally. You know, why do boys underachieve? And I thought we've forgotten to tell them.
It does strike you as slightly strange that if there is this massive disparity between the two genders and all the time and effort going into it, and they don't know themselves, then...
As individuals they're interested, not as gender, as individuals. If you read out scores, they're like, what did you get, what did you get? As individuals they want to know. But when it comes down to gender, it doesn't seem...
I think they need to know, to be honest. I think boys do need to know that they are underachieving, and I think that, the air of competition with boys does breed, in some senses, achievement. You know, they like to know, you know, where their place is in that class. So it goes as follows, that if they know they're underachieving compared to girls, then, you know, they might want to do something about it.
Yeah, I agree with that. And yeah, I've done a lot of thinking about it during this project and in some other projects. And what I now think is it's probably true that boys need more pace and variety and whipping along. But that's true for lots of girls as well.
Yeah.
In the past week, Bailey's discovered 3 successful approaches. In Carrie Andrews' class, burning off excess male energy led to greater focus.
No, what I want you to do is to stand up, please, this side of the room. Just stand up. Your picture of your alien, can you please show it to this side of the room?
In Glenn Bone's class, the boys responded well to more active learning.
Great, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That was the full punch.
And Abigail Mack found drama particularly effective.
Riley Dixon, sit down.
Right, Milosh, you're really strict teacher, okay? So you're going to be on that couch and you're going to be really giving it, okay?
Riley Dixon, sit down!
Good.
For Bailey, the common link is to boost boys' self-esteem by satisfying their need for attention.
I think really it was more a symbolic thing. They thought they were being noticed. That it was the sense of occasion. And I came away thinking that creating the sense of occasion, maybe we need to be doing more of that as well.
I think it's quite valid. It's extremely valid.
I think that sort of, you know, doing sort of more sort of group works and more work with them where they actually get to sort of, you know, sort of have an input and maybe sort of get up and do a little speech. I think that really works well to sort of constantly writing, and so I'm definitely going to take that on board. We've got to make sure, I suppose, as a department, that we teach in that sort of, you know, in boy-friendly, engaging way, so that you do teach with, you know, sort of challenges for them to complete and things for them to get praise for and things that you're all doing in your lessons, which I'm very pleased about.